So why are queer people so against this policy change?
Because it's against keeping students safe in schools, and it's against giving out the correct information to students who need it and educating them about queer rights and stuff.
Okay, so are they just planning to reduce the education side of it?
Well, they cut the funding of this coalition for schools so that the information isn't out there for the queer kids who need the information. So this rally here is trying to bring awareness to the fact that it is something that's important. It is something that does need government funding.
Yeah, because I could imagine just for queer people in general, it's important to feel comfortable with who you are. And is that a big part of why there's so many people at this rally?
Yeah, well, there's high rates of suicide among teenagers who don't have the adequate information out there. So Safe Schools Coalition advocates getting the information out there to prevent bullying and the risk of suicide that there is. So it's quite important to all the people that are here that either their kids or the way that they grew up isn't influencing the current generation now in schools.
Yeah. And do you find that because same-sex marriage is not legalised yet, does that just further add to the stigma against queer people, do you think?
Of course. Politicians' rhetoric towards gay people and other minorities is the reason why that these minorities get subjugated. If I have kids and stuff like that, and also my friends who are also a part of the LGBTI community as well. So yeah.
Do you think Australia in general is trailing behind on LGBTI issues, or are we progressing?
We're getting there. Well, even though Turnbull just turned this around, he was the first Prime Minister to go to the Mardi Gras, but a little bit hypocritical of what he's done yesterday.
And are you queer yourself?
No.
Okay. So is this just supporting your friends?
Yes, supporting friends, supporting. I was bullied in high school for other reasons, of course, and to have help for people who are subjugated and separated, pushed to the side of society and stuff like that. People who are not just people who are gay need to support this, but people who are straight and realise that they have friends, that they just understanding and putting yourself in their shoes is a thing as well. Of course.
The Safe Schools policy is that important to maintain because it provides a community for LGBTI people to stay involved in?
It not just provides community, it provides education to people. Provides education to people who are not gay, who are not trans or whatever. Provide them the education to understand, to show that you're not just born the way you are and stuff like that. Yeah.
One thing that hasn't been clarified that is important is the extent to which Safe Schools will still be assisting primary school age children in schools, helping principals and staff to allow, for example, a transgender child to transition. That hasn't been clarified, and it would be a tragedy if that aspect of the service was limited in some way.
And what's your vested interest in the issue? Are you a teacher? Or?
No, I have a transgender child, primary school age child, and had the support of the Safe Schools Coalition to enable my child to transition at school. Very, very painlessly. But it could have been a very different story without the assistance of the Safe Schools Coalition. Yeah,
so what impact do you think the cut would actually have on children like your son?
Well, as I say, it's not clear at this stage whether the program is going to be restricted in some way, whether in Victoria or elsewhere, as a result of the federal government announcement. But I think it would be absolutely tragic for younger children not to have that support to make a transition, because many schools really don't know how to deal with a child, wanting to transition to the opposite gender. There are concerns around toilets and learn to swim programs and so on, and those things can all be handled without any problem. But I think a lot of people have a gut reaction of sort of throwing up their hands and saying, "Oh, we just can't allow that."
What kind of support does this program provide?
Well, it just, in my experience, it enabled us to have a conversation with our school principal and teachers to help them understand what our child wanted to do and why, and for them to be able to accommodate that so that our child would have the best possibility of being at school and focusing on learning, not feeling anxious about having to present as the gender he no longer wanted